Hey everyone, this is Sports Taza, and welcome to the preview of the final of Euro 2020. Today we have with us the winners of our semi-final predictors, Krish Jhaveri, who was supporting England, and Shaurya, who's supporting Italy. Let me start. Krish, how excited are you for the final, and how do you think England's going to do?
I think it was a great match against Denmark. Kudos to Denmark and the whole team. They gave England a really tough fight. Michael was immaculate. He tried everything he could to keep them in the game, but at the end of the day, a very soft penalty, I would say. But yeah, the penalty did do the trick, and Kane got his fourth goal. I think it'll be a super interesting final. Italy, I think, have played some of the best football this summer at the Euros, and it by no means is it going to be an easy match for England. I think the setup will be interesting. Saka wasn't as good. I think they will stick to a 4-2-3-1, but I think that one position which has always been changing, I think will be interesting to see if Grealish starts, if Foden starts, if Saka starts, or if Sancho starts. I think the rest of the team should be unchanged. So yeah, looking forward to it, and will be definitely an interesting match.
Right. And Shaurya, how about you? Coming off of a nervy win, I would say.
Yeah, so Spain did push us to the limit, and I think so. Like, it was a very good match. Spain controlled almost 80% of the ball, and it was difficult to get the ball back and score. But I think so. Italy did a really good job counter-attacking, and as a result, they scored a brilliant counter-attack. Started with the keeper and finished in one move. So I think, given that and given how strong their defense has been this entire tournament, Italy stand in like pole position. For me, are the favorites to win the tournament, unless there is some crazy mistake from the defense. I don't see England breaking Italy down.
Yeah, that's right. And, like many pundits have said, that they have two defenders in the form of Chiellini and Bonucci, who are like, old wine, and they just keep on getting better with age. I remember last tournament thinking to myself that this is possibly the last tournament. And then now they've come back even stronger in this tournament. So even I'm quite excited. And I mean, if we talk about a little bit about their recent record, in the last game that these two played together, it was a draw, which was 1-1, and it was played at Wembley. And we had Vardy and Insigne as the scorers. Vardy, unfortunately, has retired from international football, but Insigne is still there. Let's see if he ends up scoring or not. Going into the final, it's predicted to be a very, very close contest, but there's been a rising controversy around if England has a bit of an unfair advantage, having played 6 out of the 7 games that they played until now at their home ground, that is Wembley, and even the final would eventually be played at Wembley. What are your thoughts? Let's start with Krish. Krish, what do you think? Do they have some sort of unfair advantage or not?
I think it is. I think definitely the home advantage matters, but at the end of the day, and at times the distance of traveling does add up to the fatigue. But I think at the end of the day, it's what you do on the football pitch, and I think England are deserved. Is a deserved team to reach the final, and I think they definitely deserve to be there. And I think saying that just because I think it's definitely an advantage, but I don't see that as an excuse for them to reach that final, if that helps.
No, that's right. Absolutely. I agree with you. And like you said, football's a game that's played on the pitch after all. And irrespective of the players having some home advantage, it comes down to how much passion and perseverance and hard work the players put in at the end. Like they say that there's no importance of stats when you have 11 versus 11 on the field.
Exactly.
And keeping that in mind, England have actually not defeated Italy in a major tournament ever. They've played 4 times together, where Italy's come out on top thrice, and once there's been a draw. Shaurya, what is your take? I mean, on the same topic, do you think they have an unfair advantage, or do you think it is what it is? Every time the competition is held at a particular advantage, at a particular country where the host team has an advantage. So is it normal, or do you think the planning somewhere has been tricky this time?
Yeah, so definitely feel it has been very kind to England. It has been one of the most kindest schedule that they could have expected. And what they cannot say is like each time in the previous years, whenever it has been a one country host, it makes sense that the host have an advantage. But this time there were multiple host countries, so it could have been planned in a way so that at least England could have moved a bit more than they have, but that
Right.
at the end of the day does not take anything away from how well they have performed. They have not just faced like really easy teams, they have had their tough opponents as well. So they did a good job, but they had an advantage. Like to deny that is wrong, but maybe the planning could have been better. So the next time somebody does not have to like travel, for example, Wales traveled 3,000 kilometers more than England all has in this entire tournament, and Wales was
Right.
out two rounds ago. So maybe that sort of disadvantage does not come into play the next time this happens. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, uh, somewhere we can say that there was a lack in planning, or we can also say that it was a deliberate attempt to ensure that players stay in some sort of bio bubble. But considering not each team has got an equal treatment in that respect, so everyone has their share of questions, and I think that's right. And talk about home advantage, I would just like to remind everyone that in the last 17 games that England have actually played at Wembley, they have won 15, and they've also been unbeaten in the last 12 matches in all competitions. Whereas Italy has been unbeaten in their last 33 games, and their streak started way back in 2018 under Mancini. So it's going to be a super, super close contest for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe a slower one as well, where both teams take their time to settle onto the pitch. Moving on, Krish, who is your player to look out for in tomorrow's game?
I think last time I said Sterling, and I think he did deliver. He was wasteful. He did miss a couple chances, but he did get the penalty, and he did make the own goal happen. So he did contribute. But I would actually go for the man of the match in the last match, Harry Kane. I think he'll have a chip on his shoulder. He hasn't won a major trophy with Tottenham, and I think he will give it his all, because I think it will really mean a lot to him. And I think winning this Euros will actually might act as a springboard for him for his move to Man City this summer. And I think that thirst of trophies that he has could finally be quenched this summer. And I think he's going to give it his all. And also, he's on 4 goals, so one more goal, and he gets on level terms with Patrick Schick and Cristiano Ronaldo, and shares the golden boot with them. So I'm sure that will be at the back of his head as well. So I'm going to go for Harry Kane.
And what about you, Shaurya? Krish has gone for a striker, and he thinks that he's going to get England the goal. What do you think?
So for me, the main man has to be the guy stopping the striker. It has to be Chiellini. But this guy, Chiellini, for example, will have a big task because Harry Kane will not run up against him like out and out forward. He'll come to receive the ball and let Sterling and whoever plays on the right wing make runs beyond him. So Chiellini can be exposed like he was during the goal that Italy conceded against Spain. So what in spite of all of that, I feel that the experience that he has with him probably plays to his advantage because this won't be his only Euro finals that he has played. So he knows the loss of trophy that could happen if he makes a mistake. I feel that that will keep him composed. He will have to manage with the pace that is in the English team, and which he has done very well, except for that one moment against Italy in this against Spain in this tournament. So, in spite of his age and his pace, I feel that this is a guy who's going to step up to the occasion, put all his experience into play, and ensure that he leads the back line because that is one of Italy's strong points throughout the tournament. So Chiellini, if his game and his day goes well, can ensure that England has a closed door to shoot at, and there won't be anything going in.
All right then. Krish gone for a striker and Shaurya has gone for a defender. Let's see who comes out on top in that battle.
Yeah.
Quickly, wrapping up this session, it's the prediction time, the most important prediction time. Krish, what's your prediction?
I think I'm going to go with the trend of extra time. This Euros has been insane. Almost every big game has gone through to extra time. So I feel it'll be 1-1, go through extra time. But I don't think we'll go to penalties. I think the winner will be scored in extra time, just like the last game. So I'm going to go for 2-1 England. And I really hope, this goes through and England can, and Southgate can get his redemption. He, as we discussed earlier as well, he was the one who missed the penalty in '96, and England crashed out in the semi-final. Now he's led them to their first ever Euros final, and I'm sure he'll want to see them lift the trophy and bring it back home. Actually, keep it at home. And it is coming home, I hope.
When was it ever home though? And how about you,
Yeah.
Shaurya?
Yeah, I think it's going to be decided in 90 minutes. I think it's going to be England's going to score, but Italy will score more, because I feel there is this immaturity in the centre back pairing at England, which they can exploit. And to me, the score would be 2-1 after 90 minutes, and Italy winning the Euros.
Okay, so both of them have predicted a 2-1 win for their respective teams. Let's see what happens tomorrow in the all crucial, most important game of possibly the international football this year. Thank you so much, Christian Shaurya,
Yeah.
for your time.
Thank you.
And thank you everyone
Thank you.
watching. Stay tuned for more sports related content at Sports Taza. Signing out, that's Shubham. Thank you.